What's going on, Action Army, and welcome to Dunk Every Day, day 14. A couple days ago, I made a video on 5 reasons why you might be strong, but you still can't jump high. And you guys seem to like that video a lot. So what I'm going to do for the next couple days is I'm going to go over all of the parameters that I talked about in that video of why you might be strong and you can't jump high. So you might be lacking rate of force development. You might be lacking reactive strength. Your relative strength might not be very high. I'm going to go through all 5 of those. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth and give you a few more details and exercises that you can do if you are lacking in any of those areas. So for today, we'll be talking about rate of force development. So I'll tell you how to improve your rate of force development, and I'll give you a few exercises that you can do to improve your rate of force development. Let's get it. Say good morning, Cairo. Good morning. He's on his walk. We can't bother him.
Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day.
All right, guys, so in my video the other day, I believe it was episode 10 of Dunk Every Day, we talked about 5 reasons why you might be very strong, but you still can't jump high. Why you might be able to squat 1.5 to 2 times your body weight. Why you might be able to trap bar deadlift 2 times your body weight. Why you might be very strong, but you still got no bounce. You still can't jump high. And today we're going into rate of force development. So I just want to very quickly talk about why rate of force development is and what it is and why it is so important. So let's not make it any harder than it needs to be. Rate of force development is the rate at which your muscles can develop force. So if you are very strong, your muscles can develop a lot of force. You are able to produce a great amount of force. However, if you are strong but you still can't jump high, that means that even though you can produce a lot of force, you cannot produce that force quickly. And a vertical jump happens in about 0.2 to 0.4 seconds. So the reason why you need rate of force development is not just for vertical jump. Most of you watching are basketball players, even if you're a volleyball player, but most sports, scratch that, any sport, but particularly basketball, because those are my viewers and this is the Action Army. You need rate of force development because every time you cut, every change of direction, every time you sprint, every vertical jump, every quick first step, everything that you are doing in basketball, you are going to need high rate of force development. You are going to need to be able to produce force quickly. So being strong is great. You need to be able to produce a good amount of force, but being able to produce that force quickly is arguably even more important. So what we're gonna do right now, guys, is because somebody is in the gym right now, and I don't like to dunk whenever people are actually in the gym because like I use the whole room. I'm pulling out a full-size basketball hoop to dunk on it, and other people are trying to do their little flutter kicks, right? So I'm gonna wait for them to be done, and I will just talk right now about rate of force development. We already talked about what it is and why it is so important for basketball players, but I'm gonna talk about how you improve it. And then I'm going to give you 5 exercises that you should be adding into your regimen. I'm pretty sure all of you already have these in there, but if you don't, we'll talk about 5 exercises that you should be adding into your training to improve your rate of force development, to improve not only your vertical jump, but all dynamic sporting action that you are going to need for basketball. Testing. Are we good right here? Yes, we are. Let's get it. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I did, one second, is I have brought out a few resources that we can use to learn about rate of force development and how we can best train to improve our rate of force development. So I brought out one book. It's called The Science and Practice of Strength Training. This is a very good book for beginners. If you're a trainer and you want to get into training, I highly recommend this book. However, if you are advanced, you're more of an advanced trainer, some of this stuff is rudimentary and you probably know a lot of it. However, it is a good resource and we are using it here today. So it is a good book to get if you are a trainer or a coach. I also have a few studies for you that I want to bring out, and we're just gonna do an overall attack on rate of force development and what you should be doing to improve your rate of force development. Let's get it. Study number 1 comes from the Journal of Applied Physiology. And it says, and I'll put it on the screen here as well, the present study demonstrated significant increases in contractile rate of force development and impulse, as well as the efferent neural drive to the quadriceps femoris after 14 weeks of intensive heavy resistance strength training. As discussed below, the training-induced gains in contractile rate of force development and impulse were attributed to an enhanced neural drive in the early phase of muscle contraction between 0 and 200 milliseconds, right where we need it to beat our defender off the dribble, or dunk on the opponent, or go up for that rebound. Contractile rate of force development increased 17 to 26% after the period of resistance training, both when determined in the very early 0 to 50 milliseconds and the later 100 to 200 milliseconds phases of rising muscle force. Similarly, rate of force development has previously been reported to increase in response to resistance training. Now, this study that I have right here is definitely not the most advanced study. However, I did want to pull this up because this tells us that we can in fact improve our rate of force development through resistance training. So if you thought it was just through ballistic training or plyometric training or dynamic movement, this tells us that we can improve our rate of force development by doing resistance training and lifting weights. Now moving on to the book, and I do think this book has a very, very good explanation of rate of force development, and I'll put a picture here on the screen. It says, if the time available for force development in a sport exercise is short, less than 0.3 seconds, the rate of force development, rather than the maximal strength itself, is a deciding factor. Comparing maximum force production with the maximum attainable force in the fast movement has proven to be a useful tool for planning training. If the explosive strength deficit is too high, heavy resistance training directed towards the enhancement of maximum strength is not efficient. Maximum strength gain is of no value towards increasing the velocity power of the motion. Because of the short duration of effort, maximal force values cannot be generated, so the rate of force development, rather than the maximum strength, has to be the primary training objective. It goes on to say here, to enhance rate of force development, exercises with maximally fast bursts of muscle action against high loads are used. Since the load is high, movement velocity may be relatively low, but the rate of force development must be extreme. The bursts of muscle action should be performed as fast as possible with maximum voluntary effort. The typical routine consists of 3 sets with 3 repetitions against a load of about 90% of maximum. So there we understand that not only can we improve our rate of force development with resistance training, but we can also improve our rate of force development with heavy resistance training, especially if we are trying to move the weight fast and we're trying to do fast bursts of energy, even if it's moving slow, but we try to move it as fast as possible, we will in fact increase rate of force development. Now, that is not to say that if we do a 1 rep max squat and it takes us 3 seconds, that is going to transfer to a 0.3 second vertical jump. That is not what I'm saying. However, there are so many reasons why you would want to train heavy to improve your sport performance, and one of them could be rate of force development. Now, I don't think rate of force development with training heavy is the best way to go. However, other important parameters that we can improve when we're training heavy is we can improve motor unit recruitment. We can improve our maximum strength, which in some other studies, it has been shown that you can improve your rate of force development more if you already have high maximal strength. If you are already strong, you can improve your rate of force development more than somebody who is an untrained athlete who is, weak per se. So what we could take away from this is that heavier loads can also help you improve your rate of force development. Not as well as lighter loads, but heavier loads can help you improve your rate of force development along with many other parameters. So you should be lifting heavy. And then lighter loads can also help you improve your rate of force development because obviously the lighter the weight, the faster you can move the bar when we're talking about resistance training. And that brings me to my next study, which, by the way, very quickly, I just want to mention that all loads can help you improve your rate of force development. All loads. The key is, so by what I mean by that, all loads, is think about your 1 rep max when you're doing resistance training. A squat, a trap bar deadlift, a power clean, other Olympic lifts. Think about your 1 rep max. Up to 90% of your 1 rep max, as shown in that study, for 3 repetitions, 3 sets of 3, can help you improve your rate of force development. Lower loads, lower percentages than that, because you can move them faster, also can help you improve your rate of force development. The key is the intent. The key is to try to move it as fast as you possibly can. That is how you increase your rate of force development, is by trying to move the weights, move the load, perform that lift as fast as possible. That is the key. So I think we need to train with all percentages of our 1 rep max. Obviously, you need to train heavy, you need to train light, you need to train for power, you need to train for speed. But if you watch the other video and you're strong, but you still can't jump high, then training heavier for rate of force development work probably isn't the answer. You probably want to train lighter and try one of these other methods that I'm about to explain to you right now. So I printed out something that I found, and this just goes over the different types of training that can help you improve rate of force development. So resistance training obviously can help you improve rate of force development. Ballistic training can help you improve rate of force development. And that's just like explosive concentrics. That's like medicine ball work. That's like throws. So ballistic training, think about a medicine ball overhead toss or a medicine ball squat throw or things like that. So it's mainly concentrics, and it's mainly using objects or implements to move very quickly to improve your rate of force development. We have Olympic weightlifting that can help you increase your rate of force development. We have plyometric training that can help you increase your rate of force development. So your sprints, your depth jumps, things like this, your all plyometrics essentially. And then balance training. Now we have to take a note here that all of these types of training, not all of them, but a lot of these types of training the studies were done on untrained athletes. So you could pretty much tell an untrained athlete to brush their teeth and they'll improve their rate of force development. So only these listed have been shown to improve rate of force development in trained or athletic subjects. Resistance training and ballistic training. So if you want to improve your rate of force development the most, resistance training and ballistic training is going to be the best. Now, with plyometrics, you're going to improve so many other areas. You're going to improve your reactive strength, your speed, your velocity, all these types of things. But for rate of force development, resistance training and ballistic training with objects, medicine ball throws, this, that, and the other, that is going to be your moneymaker. One other thing that I found, not that it matters at all for what type of training that you should be doing to improve your rate of force development, but I did find this, and I think that you should probably know this. I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't tell you this, but it says, this is about creatine. It was a study on creatine, and the results were that these results suggest that 6 weeks of creatine supplementation can favorably enhance lean body mass and counter movement jump performance in track athletes. But we all knew that. Anyways, yeah, rate of force development. So let me sum it up here, and then I'm going to go do my dunk session and my workout for today. If you are strong but you can't jump high, or even if you're strong and you can jump high, even if rate of force development is not your issue, you still want to continually work on your rate of force development. You still want the rate at which you develop force to be very fast, because when it comes to basketball or any sport, really any sport that you play, unless you're playing intense snail racing, every single sport that you play, you are going to want to improve your rate of force development, because rate of force development is arguably more important than maximum strength when it comes to sports. Because if you can produce a lot of force, but you cannot produce that force quickly, or your muscles aren't used to producing force quickly, and they can't produce force quickly, then you will not produce force quickly in a vertical jump, or a cut, or beating somebody off the dribble, or a change of direction. So rate of force development is very, very important. So do your resistance training, do your ballistic training. You can always add in your plyometric training. That's only going to help you jump higher. But this is what I have for you for rate of force development. I hope this helped. Let me know how I can make these videos better, and I will try to do so. But let's go hit our dunk session. We have a medium intensity day today, although I am feeling very sore, so I'm going to take it how I feel. I might do my low intensity day today and then my medium intensity day tomorrow. But Let's get it.
Get paid, little shorty, get paid. 100,000 in the safe, couple thousand in the jeans. Get paid, little shorty, get paid. No, I'm always on my grind, 24/7 days. Favorite color, money green. I've been on my grind since I was in the 7th grade. Had my first kid, I was only 17. Always a provider for my pack like Wolverines. But you won't find me on the mountaintop. Need no calculator, I could weigh it cause it kinda lot. Always on my top around that paper like a Michael Scott. Your boyfriend the Dwight, he want my spot, he always round a lot. Get paid, little shorty, get paid. 100,000 in the safe, couple thousand in the jeans. Get paid, little shorty, get paid. No, I'm always on my grind, 24/7 days.
All right, guys, so I just finished my dunks, and now I want to talk about 5 exercises that you should be doing to improve your rate of force development. And I talked about how most of you are probably already doing these exercises, but in case you're not, here are the 5. Number 1, you should be doing medicine ball throws. So when we talked about ballistic training and how it can improve your rate of force development, for medicine ball throws, I like my athletes, and when I do these myself, I do medicine ball slams, I do a medicine ball overhead toss, and I do medicine ball core rotations. Sometimes I might get into various medicine ball jumps, but those first 3 are the 3 that I do most often. Exercise number 2 that you could do to increase your rate of force development are going to be power cleans, hang cleans, or high pulls. All of these require you to do resistance training and move the weights fast. So for high pulls, you're moving the weights fast. For hang cleans and power cleans, you're moving the weights fast. So the nature of these exercises requires you to move it fast. So these are great exercises for you to increase your rate of force development. Then for the last 3, these are very common, but they can help you increase your rate of force development along with many other parameters. But we have squats, we have deadlifts, and we have rear foot elevated split squat. But no matter the exercise that you do, if your goal is to improve your rate of force development, you need to focus on the intent. You need to focus on trying to move it as fast as possible. Remember, you're trying to turn on muscle fibers. You're trying to recruit motor units very quickly, but you're also trying to move it very fast with intent to improve your rate of force development, the rate at which you can develop force. So guys, I'm actually not gonna show you my workout today. I could, but it would just make this video extra long. I'm just doing an ankle strengthening routine today. I have a rest day from my knee program, so it was just dunks, and it's my ankle routine. So the ankle ABCs, the ankle circles, the single leg standing calf raise with an isometric pause, the dorsiflexion drill, the single leg squat, and the 4-point banded ankle drill. That is what I'm going to be doing today. But anyways, guys, I hope this video helped. Tomorrow we'll be talking about reactive strength and how you can improve your reactive strength and ability. That is the ability to go from an eccentric to a concentric as quickly as possible. And the way that you improve that is by plyometrics, but I'll talk about that more tomorrow and give you some exercises on that tomorrow. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow in Dunk Every Day, episode 15. Peace.
Yeah, get the money, yeah. Get paid, little shorty.